Hey YouTube, today with Storm, Kyra, whatever her name is, still around. I'm going to do this week's bite size from inside. It is something that I planned on doing anyway, so it's not, it's no biggie, but it is something that is relevant as well for this time of year, depending really on what you use it for. But what I'm going to be talking about today is turning this, which is just the standard, cheapest possible roll of 2-ply toilet paper. 1-ply will work, you just skip out a step that I'm going to have to do, which is going to be to separate the 2 plies. But 2-ply, obviously you get 2 tapes from the same length. So using this and this is going to be the glue. This is just, all this is water and plain flour. Not using any sort of PVAs or anything like that, there's no need. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. There's a couple of other bits and pieces that aren't necessarily required, but make life a little bit easier. So if you like the sounds of all that, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button, hit that like button. There's so many buttons. Hit that share button, that'd be great. And come back after the credits, the titles. So I'll see you in a second.
Good morning, YouTube.
What we're making today is essentially some homemade seed tape, or is some homemade seed tape. I'm going to be doing it today for the carrots. The reason I'm doing it and I'm experimenting today with doing it for carrots is because there's nigh on, there's 1800 seeds in this packet, which would sow and sow and sow. I mean, it'd probably do 50, 100 feet sowing, but obviously not many of us are growing a row of carrots that long, and if you were to just go along and sprinkle them in, you'd probably end up using the whole pack and then throwing a load of them away in wasted seedlings or thinnings or, you know, whatever. I mean, this technique can be used to make seed tape for anything. So what we'll do is in doing this seed tape is we're pretty much going to reserve we're not going to waste a lot of seed. So without further ado, I'm going to get on. All I've got here is that actually recording? It is some, this is actually 2-ply toilet paper, but I'm going to split it into single ply. If you leave it as 2-ply, it'll be too thick, especially for these carrot seeds, especially because these carrot seeds are little baby carrot type. So if you put them on some thick 2-ply toilet paper, they're never going to get through it. So we'll lay this out. Don't worry about it being holy and things like that, you'll see why. And all we're going to use for the glue to hold the seeds in place is some flour and water mixed together. To about the consistency you would use for pancakes or Yorkshire puddings, being a Yorkshireman. It is just flour and water. Use plain flour, not self-raising flour. Self-raising flour won't help your seeds rise. I'm going to use this just as a dibber to blob little bits on, and this is purely just for my convenience. It's just one of my picks, and what that's for is it helps me when you pour the seeds out on your hand to just spread them out a little bit, but we're not quite at that point yet. So we're gonna, on the top half or bottom half, it doesn't really matter, of each piece, I'm just gonna go along and dab some of the paste. Now, for those of you that are relatively new from school, I'll probably remember this is the stuff you used to make papier-mâché with. And just a blob. Roughly the spacing you would want the seed to be at. And like I said, this can be used but pretty much any seed at all. I mean, the only purpose really behind this glue, as it were, is just to hold the seed in place. It's not going to fertilise or anything like that. But we're using everything we can that's going to break down quickly. Isn't going to obviously have an effect on your soil. Isn't going to really have an effect on the plant. There we go. So all dabbed out, whatever. Seed out in palm of my hand. Now what I'm going to do with these carrot seeds is I'm going to put probably 1 or 2 on each little bit of paste. And like I say, in the grand scheme of things, what this will do is it will reduce down my amount of time thinning. So I'll crack on with this and I'll come back to you when I'm done.
A few moments later.
So as you can see, I've now effectively sown 20-ish, 24-ish carrots. Now all I'm going to do is get this, fold it over like that, thusly covering up the seeds with the toilet paper. A little pat. Now you can, if you want to, leave this out to dry. It will certainly store a little bit better. But say I'm going to be using this weekend, so. But this is not something you should do with an idea of putting them into your seed bank for anything longer than about a week, really, because obviously you've got moisture in the flour. It will activate the seed. So ideally, if you're going to do this, you want to do it a day or 2 really before planting. At most really no more than a week. Roll it up. Hopefully this toilet paper isn't so cheap that it's going to stick to itself. Only time will tell. Roll these up, stick them in a Tupperware box or a takeaway box, and that's it. That's 20 carrot seeds sown. There should be the minimal amount of thinning. You know, you will know. You probably do a better job than me at sprinkling sort of 1 or 2 seeds, but you can do that for your radishes, for your turnips, for your well, anything, beetroot, anything like that. Just be sure that if you've got 2-ply toilet paper, make sure it's the soft stuff. The waxy old school stuff won't work. It'll cause too much resistance. And if you're using 2-ply, split the sheets. This stuff is that thin. I probably could have got away with keeping it as 2-ply, but it's a little bit more fiddly, but worth the hassle. And as I said, I'm not going to have to spend hours thinning out these carrot seeds now. They'll go in the seed tape, 2 rows there. The reason I've not done loads is because I'm going to do different sowings. I've got 3 different carrot varieties, so I'm going to do different sowings. This is just a baby type that I've just picked them out for the demonstration, really, more than anything else. And all I'll do is I'll put that in with the seed tapes in a Tupperware box, and that'll go back down the plot for me to plant out this Saturday. So you'll see them getting sown in Sunday's video, provided that it doesn't stick to itself and destroy itself. We'll see. It shouldn't do. If it does, I shall make some more at the end of the day. I've used maybe 40 seeds out of 1800, whereas if I'd have sprinkled them, I'd have probably used the entire packet. So these can go back into storage for a second sowing instead of being wasted. So yeah, that is literally it for today, guys. It's just a real quick one. Don't forget, like and subscribe. It is very important and very helpful if you can do that. It's also very helpful if you share the videos. This one is more for you new allotment growers. I know the old boys tend not to like this. They tend to just do the sprinkling. So this is a money saving exercise, it's a time saving exercise, because it's taken me literally the length of this video to make these 2 seed tapes, and then I'm just going to bury that seed tape in a little trough, or even just put it down and cover it over with a thin layer of vermiculite or dirt. And that's the seeds sown, that's them not needing thinning. So for carrots especially, and radishes, all your little tiny little seeds that you normally just sprinkle into a trough, this technique is absolutely brilliant. It saves so much time in the long run. It's taken me 5 minutes to make, and I'm not going to have to spend hours picking out useless carrots and tiny little carrots that are not really any use. I know some people put them in salads. I personally don't like green carrot tops. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on Sunday.